loss for the Mavericks. It's our third in a row, and we've fallen from grace, as they say, and we're need to become a better football team. We're going to get back at it tomorrow and work hard.
Open to questions for the players.
Josh, talk about the
Will,
sorry. Talk about the explosiveness of both offenses early in the first quarter, those first couple of drives.
It was fun to be a part of. I mean, we were moving the ball, they were moving the ball. It was, punch for punch. Unfortunately, they kept it going, and we didn't.
All right, so what changed after those first two drives for the next three quarters?
Sustain them. That's all. We made mistakes, and it cost us. So.
Okay.
Well, how frustrating, was it going the second half and had the 3 interceptions during that time?
It was. You feel awful. I feel awful for guys like Matt. The seniors and the leaders on the team. That we had opportunities to come from behind and win the game, and I feel like a lot of it we didn't. It was on my shoulders because I made mistakes, and if you turn the ball over, I think I had 4 myself. You're not going to win too many games. Despite the efforts that everybody had.
What did that do for momentum, the swing of momentum after those interceptions early in the third quarter?
They killed it. Absolutely killed it. The 2 that were downfield throws, were taking chances and they made some nice plays. But the one on the screen pass, the guy made a great play. It really did change the momentum completely. We had some that in a matter of seconds they had a 17-point lead.
Man, in defense, you had a lot of success here in the second half. What kind of change going from the first half into the second?
We didn't change really anything. Guys came out, fired up in the second half. They didn't do anything that we didn't expect them to do. I think we executed better in the second half, and we got to put together 4 quarters of football. 2 quarters, 1 quarter is not going to get it done. So that's something we're looking to improve on.
Matt, what's it like? How disappointing is it? Last 2 years, you lost to one of your biggest rivals, and obviously the loss in homecoming. How disappointing is this?
I can't even describe it right now.
any more questions for the players?
Will, you one positive, you guys did have a lot of success passing the ball. And you really, outside of Thielen and Rose, Dennis Carter had a great game. You really find Will. What is it like? Kind of as the seasons roll on, have more weapons in the passing game.
It's great, man. All of them are playmakers. They're great targets to throw the ball. They know where they're going. We just got to get better. We got to gel and stop making so many mistakes.
Anything else for the guys? Guys, you can go.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Scotty.
Coach. Open the floor to Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Coach, how hard of a stretch has this been for you these last 3 games? Toughest probably in your career here since you got here.
Yeah, last year we won 10 in a row and we've lost 3 in a row, and obviously it's tough to swallow. When you've had so much success and done a lot of great things, and we just got to keep getting better. We're not going to make any excuses. We got to play better football.
And can 3 straight losses? How much could that potentially affect your players' mentality as the season comes along?
If you go back to the Concordia game, that was a pretty tough blow, and losing that one late, we had a chance to win it and steal it. Winona dominated us, and I thought St. Cloud dominated us today too. So we probably played 2 of the better teams in the league the last 2 games, and they proved that they were better.
Did you see it ending up going to a shootout after those first 2 drives?
Not really. I thought we killed ourselves a little bit offensively with penalties, and some of those things really hurt us and turning the ball over. We did have a fumble in the first half that was costly after a big run, and we put 6 balls on the ground that were at the wills of anybody to have, and anytime that you do that, turn the ball over as much as you did, that's not going to help you win football games.
How frustrating is it? Your defense made 2 stops to start the second half, and then you come out and he throws the pick and it ends up on the 2-yard line. How frustrating was that?
I don't know if it's frustrating. We just got to execute better, and if there's somebody in the screen lane, we got to throw the ball away. We have to have the tailback get out of the box a little bit too, and there's a lot of things that contribute to success and failure, and we just need to get better as a football team, and the game's full of ebb and flow, and I thought our guys competed with class. I thought they played hard, and I don't think, even though our sails didn't have a lot of wind in them, I thought they took the wind out of our sails, but I'm very proud of our team's effort, how they played, we played hard for 60 minutes, and we just had a lot of disappointment today, and we'll continue to get better. We have to.
Coach, on Will's last pick there in the 4th, was that just kind of a case of him trying to do too much on that play?
Was that the one down their sideline?
Yeah.
Going towards the scoreboard?
Yep, he was kind of scrambling around in the pocket.
Yeah. I thought he threw that one up to grabs for a little bit, in desperation, and you can't do that as a quarterback. I think that was first down, and you got to throw the ball away and stop the clock and live to see another snap. But Will did some great things. We as coaches need to do a better job of putting him in better situations, so he doesn't have to do those things. And we just got to coach better. We got to coach our players harder. We got to march out there with the troops, and we got to believe and trust in one another.
You guys had over 300 yards passing, but your rushing yards were down a little bit from the last couple of games. I mean, is that something you kind of want to balance out, as you move forward here?
Well, there was a slippery track today, and I thought both teams passed the ball pretty well. They had their option running game going pretty well. They were clicking with that, and took a lot of time off the clock. And we didn't go into the game expecting to throw for 300 yards, and quite frankly, I really don't care if we throw for 5 yards or 500 yards. I want to win, and I know our players want to win, and I don't really care how I do.
Any more questions for Coach?
Just kind of one of the good moments of the game was Sam found his first field goal of the year. I mean, how happy are you for him? I'm sure that was frustrating the first few games not being able to kick one in.
Yeah, in hindsight, if you know that the game's going to end the way it does, you go for a touchdown. But you do what's best for the team at the time. I thought trying to keep it within 2 scores with early in the 4th. I thought it was like 14-some minutes left when we kicked the field goal, and even though St. Cloud had their way up until that time, you just got to keep playing. And I thought our guys kept playing. We just didn't make enough plays, and as coaches, we didn't put them in a good enough position to make a lot of plays. And that's on us as coaches, and that's our responsibility.
Anything else for Coach?